This is exactly what a World Tour rider eats on a stage of the Giro d'Italia. We break down breakfast, lunch, in-ride fueling and dinner for Chris Harper from Pinarello Q36.5. So what's a eating day look like for you on a, let's not say tomorrow because it's a TT stage, it's a bit atypical, but say yesterday versus today, like a normal racing road stage and then a rest day. What's the big calorie changes looking like, and how does that break down meal per meal?
I mean, obviously the biggest difference between the days most of the time is actually the on-bike fueling. Like yeah, most days if you're racing and you're fueling on the bike, like say yesterday for a mountain stage, maybe we start the first hour with 80 grams of carbs and then we move to 120. So you look at that and you're like, once you add that up over 5 hours, that's already a lot of calories in the day, a lot of carbohydrates in the day. Whereas when you change to a rest day, of course, your meals outside of the bike are not going to be as big, but also you're not you're not going out for a 2 hour easy ride and having 240 grams of carbs. So
Yeah.
that comes out of it. So yeah, the rest days are interesting days, I think, in the fact that yeah, obviously you're managing not to go over anything, but also you want to be well fueled and helping your body recover. So yeah, I probably don't have the right scientific knowledge to say it, but yeah, just from what I can see, it's not like we're not under fueling the rest days. It's still
Yeah.
a lot of calories. Like yeah, I think I did it under 2 hours, and I'm going to eat 3,700 calories on my rest day. It's not like it's a small amount of food.
I think David Dunn from Hexus, I'm mates with David. He sent me your, if you don't mind me sharing it, he sent me your nutrition breakdown from the other day. Actually, not sure what stage it was.
Yeah, I think they
It was
shared
absolutely
shared the Blockhouse one, which was close to
oh, was it? Yeah,
close to
6,800 calories for the day. So that broke down as a 1,000 calorie breakfast with 200 grams of carbs, 40 grams of protein, 8 grams of fat. What's a 200 grams of carbs breakfast look like for anyone like listening? Like I had a bagel this morning. There's
yeah.
28 grams or 30 grams of carbs in a bagel. So that's like, I don't know what's my maths, like 8 bagels or something
Yeah.
for breakfast. How are you getting that much in?
So I think my breakfast Blockhouse day was pancakes with banana, yogurt, and maple syrup, and then maybe a piece of toast with jam.
Nice.
So I mean,
And
those
you're having
days
that
when
like
you're
two and a
looking,
half, 3 hours?
actually, I think that morning I had it quite early, and then before we actually do the stage, sometimes we'll also have like a little pre-race meal, like a banana Rice Krispie, something with a bit of carbs. But
Yeah, so you had 94 grams of carbs in that. So that was a 400 calorie, almost no protein, 2 grams of protein.
yeah,
Is how far out from the stage is that?
that'd be like an hour or more. Um, I think also that would be some bicarb, the Morton bicarb. I think I used that on that stage, which because that stage was so long, I would have eaten that bicarb like 30 seconds before I got out of the bus, scoff that down and
Yeah.
then get out because I wanted as late as possible. Um, so
And
yeah,
then straight after the stage, you went with 1,300 calories and again 246 grams carbs, 59 grams of protein. I'm assuming that's some sort of post workout shake has made up at least a part of that.
yeah. So our a standard day for us would be we'll have our cherry shot from Amex, who's our nutrition sponsor, as well as a recovery shake from them. And then depending on how big it is, we can also, like if the nutritionists think we need to get more carbs, they might add some fructose to it to bump up the carbohydrates of the recovery shake. And then we always have a recovery meal, which, yeah, varies a little bit. Something like a rice bowl or a pasta bowl. Or yesterday we had a couple wraps, chicken wraps. Um,
Nice.
and then yeah, you'd have that, and then possibly another little recovery snack, which will be something smaller, like a banana bread type thing with some berries, and then yeah, once you've had all that, then our nutritionist will look at the day, look at how much we ate on the bike, because we'll log it once we get into the bus, and then they can make the adjustments for dinner.
And yeah, you went dinner again, another 200 grams of carbs for dinner, and another 48 grams of protein. It's a serious day of eating. Like, for anyone who's not riding the bike in Grand Tours, like, you're quite jealous of that, because I'm flicking out my Hexus on the way home going, oh, can I have a pizza? It's like, no, I rode the bike for an hour today,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
180 watts. There's not
yeah,
a lot of wiggle room here.
yeah, yeah. I think it's obviously it's not. Well, I don't know. It is a lot of food, but also it's a lot of the right food, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, if we got told, or if after the stage you were, I love to eat pizza, but also like, you know, maybe a normal
It's too high
pizza,
fat.
it's not 200 grams of carbs, but it's
Yeah.
got a bucket of calories from fat, which we're not trying to get when we're racing. So yeah, I'd love it if we got in the bus and ate a pizza, but it's probably not the best thing we can do for our recovery. Um,
But the cheat code is you lads are so fit that you're putting out so much power. And this is what blows my mind. And I've chatted to Sam and David about this. How for so long did we have power meters which measured our kilojoules of energy expenditure? And we never connected that to our energy input, going, I burnt 6,000 kilojoules of energy on the bike today and I ate 500.
yeah,
Maybe that's the problem. Like, how
yeah,
did it
yeah.
take us a decade to connect those two? It's baffling.
Yeah, I don't
But
know. It's weird. I mean, I remember when I first started riding as well, and like Sky were the super team of the world, and I don't know, there was so much nonsense in the media about them doing like ketogenic diets and all that. And
yeah,
I mean, yeah, you hear about it now, and yeah, they probably also were doing a little bit different to what we do now, a bit more extreme with things in that sense. But I think now the science has caught up, and it's seen that like that's actually not the best way to do things. And
if you're trying to hit 60 grams of carbohydrates per hour, this makes it a lot easier. Fueling used to be the bit that I'd overthink the most. Mixing different things, trying to track carbs, and after a couple of hours, everything just felt way too sweet. This is the new 4Endurance 2-to-1 fueling line. I've been using it recently, and it's probably the simplest setup I've come across since I started cycling. Every serving is 30 grams of carbohydrates, so it's basically one gel and one bottle, and you're at 60 grams of carbs per hour. There's no real thinking needed while you're riding. I'll just sip the drink steadily, and I'll take a gel when I need it. Same ratio across everything, so it all just fits together really nicely. The other thing I noticed straight away is how light it is. It's not overly sweet, so on longer sessions, it's just easier to keep taking on without getting that heavy, sickly feeling. And price wise, it's actually insanely cheap. 79 cents for a gel and 30 cents for a drink serving, both giving you 30 grams of carbohydrates, which is pretty hard to beat anywhere on the market. It's a brand new line, gels and drinks for now, with more coming, and it's slotted straight into my training without much thought. If you're looking for a simpler way to fuel your sessions, go to 4endurance.com and check out the 2-to-1 line from 4Endurance. I'll link that in the show notes below too. You know what? I don't think they were. I've talked to people inside the team, and I think it was all bullshit. It was actually one of my big pet peeves on that, where they thought it was funny, like, Froome having a picture of scrambled egg and
yeah, yeah,
smoked salmon going doing 6 hours.
yeah,
And he's like, oh, what you don't see is like the 250 grams of oats just
yeah,
out of the
yeah,
screen.
yeah,
It's like, there's kids watching that are like 15, 16-year-olds
yeah,
now who want to be World Tour, and they're going out and just destroying themselves.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. I think someone also once said it was they like to play a bit of a psychological game with everyone and be like, oh, this is what
For
we're
sure,
doing,
yeah.
and everyone's going to copy us, and it's not actually what they're doing. And I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
it's just that's yeah, you're not really going to influence the people who are already at the top level at the sport, but you might influence a 15-year-old who thinks he doesn't need to take any carbohydrates on his 4-hour ride because Chris Froome's keto.
Yeah.